Okay, last
Last
time we
time
were
we were
talking
talking
about
about the
government
government
support
support
for the
for the
arts.
arts.
Who can sum up
Who can
some of
sum
the
up
main
some of
points?
the main points,
Frank?
Frank?
Well, I
Well,
guess there
I
wasn't
guess there
really
wasn't
any,
really any,
official government
official
support for the
government
arts
support
until
for
the
the arts
20th
until the
century.
20th
But the
century.
first
But the
attempt the
first
United
attempt
States
the
government made to,
made to,
to support the
to
arts
support
was
the
the
arts
Federal Art
was a
Project.
federal art
Right.
project. Why?
So, what can
So
you
what
say
can you
about the
say about the
project?
project?
It was started
It
during the
was started
Depression,
during the Depression
in the
in the
1930s to
1930s to
employ
employ
out-of-work
out-of-work
artists.
So,
artists.
was it
So
successful?
was it successful?
Janet, what do
Janet,
you say?
what do you say?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure, it
sure,
was
it was
successful. I
successful.
mean,
I
for one
mean, for
thing,
one
the
thing,
project
the
established a
project
lot of
established a lot of like
community art
community art
centers
centers and
galleries
galleries
in places
and
like
places
rural
like
areas
rural
where
area
people
where
hadn't
people
really
hadn't
had
really
access to the
had
arts.
access to
Right.
the arts.
Yeah,
Right.
but didn't the
Yeah, but
government end
didn't
up
government
wasting a
end
lot
up
of money
wasting a
for
lot
art
of
that
money for
wasn't even very
art
good?
that wasn't very,
Some
very good?
people might say
Some
that,
people
but
might say
wasn't the
that, but it wasn't the
primary
primary
objective of the
objective
Federal
of the
Art
federal arts
Project to
project
provide
to provide
jobs?
jobs.
That's true. I
That's
mean,
true. I
it did
mean,
provide
it did
jobs for
provide
thousands
jobs
of
for
unemployed
thousands of
artists.
unemployment
Right,
artists.
but then
But
when the
then
United
when the
States
United
became
States
involved in
became
the Second
involved in
World
the Second
War,
World War,
unemployment was
unemployment
down,
was down,
and it
and
seemed
it
that these
assumed that
programs
this
weren't
program
really
wasn't really
necessary any
necessary
longer.
any longer.
So,
And
moving
so
on.
moving
We don't
on, we
actually
don't
see any
actually see
government,
any government,
well, any
well,
real
any
government
real government
involvement in the arts
involvement in the
again
arts again
until the
until
early
the early
1960s,
1960s.
when President
When President
Kennedy and
Kennedy
other
and the other
politicians started
politicians
to push
started
for
to push
major
for
funding
major
to
funding to
support and
support
promote
and
the arts.
promote the arts.
It was felt
It
by
was
a
felt
number
by
of
a number of
politicians that,
politicians that,
well, that the
well,
government
that
had
the
a
government had a
responsibility
responsibility
to
to
support the
support the
arts as
arts
sort of,
as a sort of,
oh, what can we say,
oh, what can we
the
say, the
soul or
soul
spirit
or the
of the country.
spirit of the
The
country.
idea
The
was that
idea
there'd be a
was there
federal
would be a federal
subsidy,
subsidy
financial
financial
assistance to
assistance
artists
to
and
artists and
artistic or
artistic
cultural
or cultural
institutions.
institutions.
And for just
And
those
for just
reasons,
those
in
reasons, in
1965, the
1965, the
National
National
Endowment for the
Endowment
Arts
for
was
the Arts
created.
was created.
So it was
So
through the
it was through
NEA,
the
the National
NEA, it's the
Endowment for the
National
Arts,
Endowment for the
that the
Arts,
arts would
and the
develop,
arts
would
would
be
develop, would
promoted
be
throughout the
promoted
nation.
throughout the nation.
And then
And the
individual
individual
states throughout the
states
country
throughout the
started to
country
establish
started to
their own
establish
state
their
arts
own states
councils to
as
help
country
support
to
the
help
arts.
support the
There
arts.
was kind of
There was kind
a
of
cultural
cultural
explosion.
explosion.
And by the mid
By the mid
1970s, by
1970s, by
1974, I
1974,
think,
I
all
think,
50
all
states
50
had their own
states
arts
have
agencies, their
own
own state
agencies, their
arts
own states
councils
and
that worked with
councils
the
that
federal government, with
federal government, with
corporations, artists,
corporations,
performers,
artists,
you name it.
performers, you name it.
Did you just say
Did you just say
corporations?
corporations?
How are they
How are
involved?
they involved?
Well, you
Well,
see,
you see,
corporations aren't
corporations aren't
always
always
altruistic. They
altruistic.
might not
They
support
might
the
not
arts
support the
unless,
arts unless,
well, unless
well,
the
unless the
government made it
government made it
attractive for them to
attractive
do
for them
so
to do
by
so
offering
by offering
corporations tax
corporation tax
incentives to support
incentive
the
to support
arts.
the arts.
That is, by
That
letting
is by letting
corporations pay
corporation
less
pay
in
less in
taxes
taxes
if they were patrons
if
of
they
the
will
arts.
support the arts.
The Kennedy
The
Center
Kennedy
in
Center in
Washington,
Washington
D.C.,
D.C.
you
You
may,
may
maybe you've been there,
maybe you've been there,
or Lincoln
or
Center in
Lincoln
New York.
Center in New
Both
York.
of these were built
Well,
with
it's
substantial financial
substantial
support from
financial support from
corporations.
corporations.
And the Kennedy and
The
Lincoln
Kennedy and
Centers aren't
Lincoln
the only
Centers aren't
examples.
the
Many
examples.
of your
Many of
cultural
your cultural
establishments in the
establishments
United
in the
States
United
will have a
States will
plaque
have a
somewhere
plaque somewhere
acknowledging
acknowledging the
the
support,
money
the
they've received
money they
from
received
whatever
from whatever
corporation.
corporation.
Oh, yes, Janet.
Yes, Janet.
But aren't there a lot of people who
There are a
don't
lot of
think it's the
people that
government's
think
role to
government
support the arts?
to support the arts.
Well, as a matter of
There is
fact,
a
a
matter of
lot of
fact, a lot of
politicians who did
politicians
not
who did
believe
not
in government
believe in
support for
government
the arts,
support for the arts.
they wanted to do
wanted
away
to
with the
do away
agency
with the agency
entirely for that
entirely
very
for
reason,
the very
to
good
get
reason
rid
to
of
get rid
governmental
of government
support.
support.
But they only
Well, they
succeeded in
always
taking
succeeded in
away
taking
about
away
half
about
the
half
annual
the annual
budget.
budget.
And as far as the
And as
public
far as the
goes,
public goes,
well, there are about as many
many
individuals who disagree with government
with the government
support as there are those who agree.
those who agree.
In fact,
In
with
fact, with
artists in
artists in
particular,
particular,
you have
you
lots of
have
artists
lots
who
of artists who
support and
support
who have
and who have
benefited from
benefited
this
from this
agency.
agency.
Although it seems
Although
that
it seems
just
that
as
there
many
is
artists
many artists
oppose a
oppose the
government
government
agency being
agency
involved
being
in the
involved
arts
in the
for many
arts
different
for
reasons.
many different reasons.
Reasons like they don't want the
They don't
government to
want the
control what
government to
they
control
create.
what they
In
create.
other words,
In
the
other words, the
arguments both
arguments
for
both
and
for and
against government
against the
funding of
government
the arts
funding
are
of
as
the arts
many
as many
and as
and as
varied as the
varied
individual styles of the artists who hold them.
hold them.
Seeing me on such short notice.